That's good.
So hi, Andrew.
Hey, how you doing?
NAMm 2016.
Yes.
Steady State Fate.
Yes.
Let's have a look at your new wares.
Okay, well, today we're going to show the Erogenous Tones Gatestorm. This is a prototype, but we're expecting to have this in the stores in about two and a half months.
Is it called Erogenous Tones because it's got that sexy OLED screen?
Maybe. Now, Erogenous Tones is a company that I'm collaborating with. The programmer of this module, his name is Rick Burnett. His company is called Erogenous Tones.
Okay.
And we're collaborating on this module. It's a steady state module, but he is the designer of the firmware, and we collaborated on the design of the sequencer.
Excellent.
Yeah. So I can go over the basic features. It is a gate sequencer, so it can accept the clock input, or you can tap tempo the clock, or you can set the BPMs manually here. It can give you a BPM readout of your clock tempo if you plug a clock in. So you can also do multiples of the clock, divisions of the clock going in. Or like I said, you can do a tap tempo. You can set how many taps you need to do to get the tempo that you need. I think right now it might be set on 2, so just tapping it twice will give you your clock output. So each of the 4 channels has a lot of different parameters that you can set to get as complicated or simple as you like for your sequences. Right now it's set on lane 1. I can go into my sequence settings and I can set the length of my sequence up to 16 steps. So right now I'm going to turn on all 16 steps. And then I can set my which steps I want to be on or off. So this is 1 through 8. If I hit steps again, I get 9 through 16. So you can turn those on and off. You can also invert everything if you like, or you can hit the random button and change parameters depending on what you have set for randomness in your lane. You can set your time base. You can multiply in even multiplications up to 16, or divide in integer divisions down to 16.
Is that per track then?
Per lane, you can do your different time base. You can map CV to affect any of these parameters that you want. You can do rotation. So right now it's a length of 6, and I'm rotating the steps through, which is also CV controllable. You can also rotate the outputs. That's also CV controllable. You can do pulse width per step. We have these set divisions for pulse width, or you can set this manually. You can also control that via CV. So all your CVs, you have 6 CV inputs here, and you can set values for CV. Right now, this one is being mapped to rotate all these channels, as you can see here. So all the CV can be mapped in the settings and saved as templates if you like.
But it can essentially be used to control any parameter within
anything. All 6 CV inputs can be mapped to control any parameter within the system.
And multiple parameters.
Multiple parameters at a time, yeah.
Wow.
Yep. And the same with the trigger inputs. You have these 4 trigger inputs, and you can trigger them to switch certain functions on and off, like rotation or randomness or pulse width. And then you have these 2 global triggers. One of them is normal to a button here, so you can switch a function on the fly by assigning this trigger to a global parameter.
So how do you assign the CV or the trigger inputs? Is it like a matrix? Or?
Yeah, well there's lane CV controls, and you can also do lane triggers, so you can apply them by hitting the CV button. You can cycle through how you want your CV to be applied. There's also a setting, so you can write presets and save templates for your CV, and you can go into system settings and further adjust parameters for your system. So everything can be, all the CV mapping can be applied to a template, but you could also save your functions to presets. So say like you have a whole setup that you want for a show that you're doing for a song, you can push a button just to pick up whatever preset you have pre-programmed in there on the fly. So it's really designed for ease of use with a lot of functionality. So there's a lot of versatility in this module. Basically everything that you would need or expect from a gate sequencer.
So there's the four tracks, but then you've also got these four other outputs.
Well,
as
yeah,
well,
that's right. So there's these four other outputs that if we go. So these can be based on these first four tracks, or they can be based on the last 8. So I can say select my sources. So right now this is taking source number 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then I can select source 2, and then I can do a logical function for those sources. So I can, right now it's not anding, XORing, NORing, XNORing. So whatever's happening with whatever output can be logically applied. You can also just shift those around with CV. And you also have your time base for each channel, divisions and multiplications, clocking mode. So you can set your randomness, so percent randomness per clock, or you can just do a direct clock. You can sync everything together if you like. You can also chain. So I mentioned that there were 16 steps per channel, but you could also apply a trigger to change your presets. So say each of the 8 presets, you have a different pattern per lane. You can trigger those presets and get up to 128 steps per pattern, per lane.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you said it's not going to be. This is a prototype. Do you have any time scale on?
Well, this is the final prototype. We've got most of the firmware worked out. There's a couple of minor things we have to do, but it's basically going to go into production very soon. So to be safe, we'd say about two and a half months to see this in the stores. And
any idea on price, or is that kind of?
It's still up in the air, but it'll be in the ballpark of $599, probably $600. Yeah.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much for talking to us.
Thank you.
Award-winning customer service. Fast, free shipping on most orders. Own the gear of your dreams today.